Now that we have obtained our lower quartile, our median, and our upper quartile, that's Q1, Q2, and Q3, in the cumulative frequency graph, we can proceed to construct a box and whiskers diagram. We can see the minimum value will be 5, the maximum value is 105. The box will be around the lower quartile, the median, and upper quartile. So it looks like this box is going to show us a skewness to the right, because most of the values, which is centered between the lower quartile and the upper quartile, is on the lower end of the scale. So this is going to be looking like a skewed to the right box and whiskers. So to do this in Excel, we have to list the 5 numbers that the box and whiskers need, okay, which is the minimum value, the lower quartile, which is Q1, the median, which is Q2, the upper quartile, which is Q3, and the maximum value. Okay, so now the minimum value, we want it to be 5. Yes, the lower quartile is 15, the median is 22.5, and the upper quartile is 30, and the maximum value is 105. Okay, in this example. So now what we need now to calculate are differences between the lower quartile and the minimum. So we transfer the minimum value here. So just like equal B1, because the minimum value is in B1. So Excel transfers the 5 here. And we want the difference between the lower quartile and the minimum value. So we just type equal, and we click on B2, that's where the lower quartile is. Subtract B1, that's where the minimum value is. And we get the difference of 10. Now to get the order difference between Q2 and Q1, Q3 and Q2, the maximum and the Q3, we just go to the right lower end corner, the green box is that, and we double click. And here it gives us the difference between B3 and B2, that's Q2 and Q1. All right, B4 minus B3, that's Q3 and Q2. And B5 minus B4, that's maximum and Q3. So now this is the differences, that's what we're going to use. Highlight the differences, then we're going to insert. Then we go into bars, bar chart. When we want to start, we can either choose vertical or horizontal. Let's choose horizontal. Okay, no, that's not how we want to see our bar chart. We want it stacked, so we go to make sure we're on chart design. And we go to switch row / column, click on it. And here, that's how we want our box plot to look like. Okay, starting to look like it. Box plot. Now remember we said the lower quartile, the median, and the upper quartile, 15, 22.5, and 30 respectively. Here they are 15, 22.5, and 30 respectively. So these gray and yellow boxes will form the box for the box plot, so we can modify it. Just click on it. All right, make sure you go to format data cell. You can right click or to get format data cells, right click. Okay, right, format chart area, here it is. And you go to shape, and you want the border to be solid. Okay, make sure you click on the box that you want to modify solid and thicken it. Well, let's say you want it black and thicken it up, right? And the box with the median and the upper quartile, you click on it, and you want the border to be solid, black and thickened, right? So that's the box right there. Now these peripheral boxes, we don't want it, so what we do, we click on it and we go to fill and click on no fill. This one here also fill and no fill. This box, no fill neither, right? So we have our box. What we're missing now is our whisker. Let's thicken this one a little bit. It can be equally thickness with, right? So now we want our whisker. Our left whisker is from the lower quartile to the minimum value from 15 to 5. 5 is somewhere around there. Okay. So what you do, you click on the box that has disappeared but is next to the lower quartile. Make sure you click on it and you go to chart, add chart element, and you go to error bars, more error bar options, and you go to error bar options. Okay. Now, as you can see, this error needs to be adjusted. It has to go right down to 5. That's the lowest minimum value, up to 15. Okay. So you click on minus, and as you can see, one side is already adjusted to 15. Okay. Now you want the other side to adjust to 5. Okay. Right now it's on like negative something. So you want it to adjust to 5. Okay. Now it is stretching from the lower quartile to the minimum value, and it has a difference of 10. So it has to have a length of 10 from the lower quartile. So that's very important. It must have a length of 10. So you have to try to give it a length of 10 from the lower quartile. So make sure you click minus 10 because it's on the left side. And then now you go to custom and specify value. Specify value of the negative error bar. Okay, so you can see it is touching the lower quartile, but you want it to have a length of 10. So if you want, you can type 10. Okay, so it can go up to the 5. All right, from 15 right down to the minimum value of 5. You click OK, and you can see it has gone down to 5. Okay, because it's supposed to have a length of 10. You could have clicked on the 10 and I'll still get the same answer. You to specify, delete negative, and you click on the 10 and you click OK. You have gotten the same. Yes, click on 10. Specify value. Let's delete this. And you want a value of 10. All right. And here it is. Okay. From 15 to 5, and we can modify it, thicken it a little bit, put it in black, and thicken it up. Right. So that's the left whisker. Now we run the right whisker. Now we don't click on this box, we click on the box that actually forms the median and the upper quartile. Bear that in mind. For the left whisker, we click on this box there, right? But for the right whisker, we click on the box that forms the median and the upper quartile. And go back to add chart element, error bars, more error bar options, and we go to error bar options. As you can see now, we want it to stretch from the upper quartile to 105. It's also have a length of 75. Okay, we need it to have a length of 75, stretching from 30 to 105. Okay, so you go to error bar options and you go to plus now because we're talking about the right whisker. So as you can see, it starts from the upper quartile. Now it needs to stretch to go right to 105. So it have to have a length of 75. The difference is 75. Remember, that's the differences. So we go to custom and specify the value of that bar on the right. It's a positive on the positive side, the right side. So you can either type 75 or you can just click on 75 and click OK. And you can actually see it stretches from 30 to 105. That's maximum value. And you can click on it. As I say, you can actually go back again. Make sure you put click on plus and go to custom, specify, and that will actually delete this, and you can actually type this 75, a length of 75, and click OK, and you'll get the same result. Okay. And to modify it, you go to shape options, file and line, and you want a solid line and you want it to be thickened. Okay, and then you have a box and whiskers. As you can see, the distribution is skewed to the right because the box needs to shift to the right to be centralized. The majority of the values are on the lower end of the scale. As you can see, the majority of the values are centered between the Q1 and Q3. If you need to sketch your distribution curve above, it's not a mandatory, but you go to curve and you start there. You double click and you keep your finger. Double click and you keep your finger, and you want a little bend. You double click and you keep your finger, and you have your distribution curve. As you can see, the skewness is skewed to the right. Okay, and that will indicate to you that the mean is greater than the median, is greater than the mode. Okay, so you can go to shapes, you can go to text box, you can create a text box, and you can type skewed to the right. That's positive skewed, because positive is in the right direction on the number line. Positively skewed. So the mean, okay, the mean is greater than the median, is greater than the mode. Okay, and here you have it. And you can go to snip, type snip, activate your snipping tool, click new, and you can highlight the area that you need to snip, and it's automatically copied, and you can paste it in your Word document. And as you can see, it resembles a representation of what you saw already, suspected already from the cumulative frequency graph. As you can see, the lower quartile, median, and the upper quartile in line, and the minimum and the maximum value. Okay, so here you have it, Box and Whiskers on using Excel.